So before we get into the gameplay of Stories 2, let me give you all a quick overview of the plot of Stories 1. Also, here's a timestamp to skip it if you already know what happened in Stories 1, or if you just don't care. I'm pretty sure the majority of plot from the first game doesn't super matter to this game. Certain characters from the first game and certain themes and stuff will probably show up, but besides that, it probably won't be too important. So, the game starts on three kids who are all friends, who are searching for an egg to hatch because they grew up in a village of monster riders, and they wanted to get a monster for themselves, even though they aren't quite old enough yet to become full-fledged riders. They are Lilia, Cheval, and the player character. Upon finding a monster nest, they pretend to do a kinship rite, and surprisingly, the egg does happen to hatch at that moment into a baby Rathalos, which immediately bonds with the player character, and is then given the nickname Ratha by Lilia. Upon returning to the village, celebrations are halted, however, by the attack of an insanely violent Nargacuga. And although the adult riders of the village, along with Ratha breathing fire for the first time, manage to fend it off, Cheval's house is destroyed, his mother dies, and Ratha was injured and lost off the side of a cliff in the fray. Yeah, depressing, I know. Cut to about a year later, and the protagonists are now ready to become actual riders. People who, rather than hunting monsters, they befriend them and ride them, calling them monsties, monster besties. Yes, it's very silly. The first game is very silly. Cheval, however, is of course still emotionally broken over losing his mother and no longer believes in the power of bonds and friendships and monsties and stuff like that. So, through the start of the story, you learn about a black mist like plague that is spreading over the entire landscape, driving monsters insane and violent, which is what happened to the Nurkakuka from earlier. You also meet this weird cat named Navaru, who accompanies you through your journey because he has amnesia and he has nothing better to do. So for your other friends, Lilia decides to abandon the Rider Village and go join the Scriveners, who are a group dedicated to researching and stopping the Black Blight. And Cheval pieces off to who knows where with a Rathian egg and a burning passion to eliminate any monster inflicted with the Black Blight. He's kind of lost it a little bit. Throughout the course of the story, you go around finding as many giant kinship ores as you can, finding out that your kinship stone can purify them using the power of your bond with monsters, and thereby slowing and hopefully eventually stopping the spread of the Black Blight. You also meet other people throughout the game, most notably Avinia, a girl from another village of riders who has a Barryoth monstie, Roberto, who's a normal hunter who has a soft spot for Tigrexes, and Debly, a kid who basically just thinks riders are cool and sticks around with you because he wants to get his own kinship stone and be one. He actually does get a cool big poogie later if you do his subquests. You also eventually meet up with Ratha again after a very long time, but find out that the Nargacuga's attack on him had infected him with Black Blight, and only your kinship stone can keep him from going berserk at any given moment. You also meet up with a guy named Dr. Menelger and his assistant Itsy Bitsy, who are doing a lot of super creepy experiments to control monsters by force rather than with kinship stones. And you often have to quell the fury of his creations when they inevitably go out of control. Pretty soon after that, you meet up with Cheval again, who's basically gone completely off the deep end at this point and is in full revenge mode and swears that if Ratha ever loses control, he will personally slay him, and he claims that bonds and kinship mean nothing, only raw power can destroy the Black Blight for good. Near the end, you finally find Dr. Menelger's main lab, and you find out that Navaru is actually one of his creations, and he has lightning powers, which kind of came out of nowhere, but it's pretty cool, along with some other cats of varying elemental powers. And you defeat Menelger's most dangerous creations, and make it out just in time for Cheval to meet up with you and tell you you're stupid for the umpteenth time. Now broken and defeated, Menelger seeks out an ancient white dragon of legend, said to be the monstie of an ancient hero named Radan, who was said to be able to dispel the Black Blight, and also manages to convince Cheval that he can be the next Radan by taming that dragon. All this culminates in you finding the white dragon Versapietru's egg, just in time for Menelger to steal it, and you chase down the bad guys to the final kinship or atop a mountain. You beat Cheval and Versapietru, but reacting poorly to Cheval's hatred turns it into the black dragon Makili Pietru, who controls and spreads Black Blight like crazy. Nice job breaking everything, Cheval. Makili Pietru attacks Cheval, and his old Rathian that he abandoned actually jumps back in to save him and reignites his belief in bonds and stuff like that. So in the final confrontation, Ratha loses it to being in such close proximity to Makili Pietru's power, shatters your kinship stone, and it looks like it's all over for you until you calm Ratha down with nothing but your pure heart and your love for him. Turns out that the kinship stone was only kind of a catalyst for getting your intentions and feelings over to a monstie, and not necessarily required. And you resolve to beat Makili Pietru alongside Ratha, regardless of kinship stones. In the end, a final climactic combo attack with you, Ratha, and Navaru's Thunder form causes Ratha to glow white like the White Dragon of Legend, destroying Makili Pietru and the Black Blight once and for all. And that's basically it. Sorry that was so long, but that's most of the important story beats from the first game, and it will hopefully help you understand the feel and characters from this one a little bit better. And with that, let's get into Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. Okay, so Monster Hunter Stories 2. I actually accidentally started playing and didn't hit the record button, so I'm a little bit into the game. But it's fine. I'm just gonna make the same character and just do it because I was literally like 10 minutes in and it's fine. But yeah, I'm excited for this game. That was basically what I said here last time. Just super, super excited. I loved the first game so much. Yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. I'm an idiot. Yeah, so there's autosave data right there, but we're just gonna ignore that and start a new one. I got to like the first big fight, and then I checked to see how long I'd been recording, and it said 0 because I wasn't. I got all the DLC stuff, so yeah, I got the deluxe edition as well as the I forget what it's called, but it's like all the extra outfits and stuff. Yeah, so really quick, I'm gonna make the same character I did last time, and I remember all the presets, I think. This one, change hair color to black with a fade into white. Eyes, I liked the heart ones. And make the right one black and the left one white because I have an aesthetic and I'm gonna stick to it. I kind of want to do the blush actually because that's really cute, but I did this one. Because I like the heart. Make it dark purple, a little bit on the bluish side. Nah, I'll go with one. Name. I forget what I named my character in the first game, so just went with Lucia. Oh. Whoops. Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of blaze through the first little tutorial area because it's really, one, it's really self-explanatory and I can talk about it anyways because it's basically the same as the first game. Yeah, and we're gonna go through a little cutscene here, which, I'm gonna be quiet for cutscenes because I want to enjoy them too. And also they're really pretty from what I've seen so far.
Dance, oh light, across the sky. Send to us from heaven. Bring us hope and show the path to futures. Hurry. I'm so glad you're still alive. I thought I'd never see you again. Where's your rider? Don't you have one?
We want this one alive!
Hold on. Something's not right.
This is bad. Hurry up! Dad!
What is this?
This is a bad sign.
What? What's happening?
Why did you enter the sacred mountain without our permission?
Why? A dangerous Rathalos lives there. Don't you think you should have mentioned that?
What do you mean, dangerous? The Rathalos that inhabits the sacred mountain is Guardian Ratha. He protects this island.
Huh? The people it injured might say otherwise.
That's because you raised your weapons at him.
So you're saying we should stand before a monster unarmed?
This is a rider's island. Brandishing weapons at Guardian Ratha is an unforgivable act.
Have you all lost your collective minds, idolizing a wild Rathalos? Give me a break.
I'll give you a break, all right.
Okay, that's enough. Knock it off, both of you. The main reason we invited hunters to our island's festival. was so that we could foster a little goodwill between us.
Kana's right. Besides, there are children listening. Please calm yourselves.
Yes, sir.
Well then, let's listen to the hunter's point of view, shall we? Why would you call Guardian Ratha dangerous?
Because we were tipped off. Raisewing Ratha, the monster with the wings of ruin, lives on this island.
The wings of ruin?
Yes. It's said that a beat of its wings can bring about waves of destruction.
Chief, do you know about the wings of ruin? Because I've never heard of them.
Ah, yes, the Wings of Ruin. Legend has it that a long time ago, a Rathalos born in this region brought terrible chaos and destruction to our world.
But that's only a legend, right?
Who can say? In any case, our top priority right now is to determine the cause of these strange happenings.
Yes, of course. Why did the ocean change color? What was that light? And where did all the Rathalos go? So much we don't understand.
Let's organize an expedition team and survey the area.
You got it.
You want to join the expedition too?
I don't know, this could be dangerous. And this kid only just became a real rider.
Okay, so a couple things to touch on the first cutscene. So the New World Hunters were using scout flies for a manhunt, which I think was really funny, and I don't know why I didn't think that would be something they would do. Also, can a stories game not, like, can it just not start with, like, a kid's dad getting, a kid's parent getting, like, very, very hurt or killed? Because in the first game it was Cheval's mom, and now in this game it's that one hunter's dad who got hit with the fireball. Yeah. And also, so Guardian Ratha has the same name as the Rathalos from the first game, but it's I'm like 99% sure it's not the same one, because it still has its left eye, and its scar is like, it's a bigger scar, but it's different, like it's in a different place. So yeah.
You're worried about Guardian Ratha, aren't you?
That makes sense. He was your grandpa's monstie after all.
Your grandfather, Red, was a fine, upstanding rider. He led our tribe and protected the island alongside Guardian Ratha for many years.
I sure wish he was still around now. I bet he'd know what to do.
You'll join the team.
Chief Gara, are you sure about this? It's a big job to dump on a rookie's shoulders.
Not to worry, Kana. You'll go together. Kana can guide you. Use the experience to learn what you're capable of, and what you must do as a rider.
So, I'll be a teacher?
Something wrong?
No way! It sounds kind of cool, actually. If that's what you want, Chief, I'm all for it. Okay. Rider class is now in session. You'd better keep up, newbie.
Yeah, so Kana's stuck on
First things
babysitting duty.
Go change into your rider gear.
Or, well, I'm like 14 or 15-ish, so not super bad, but still.
Oh, wow. You look the part already. Meet me at the stables when you're ready. We'll start with rider rule number 1.
I kind of like my fish dress, though. Birth of a Rider, an ominous red light flashes on the night of the festival, and the protector of the island, Guardian Ratha, disappears. What could be the cause of these strange events? Chief Gara orders the riders of the village to look into it, and so you take your very first steps as a new rider. Alright, so yeah, this just explains all the game stuff. I'm actually kind of okay with the fact, that I lost, the first, recording part, because nothing really important happened, and also now I know what I can, like, kind of, rush through a little bit, because for the purposes of you watching, it's not... A lot of the stuff wasn't that important. It was, like, talking about, like, settings and, like, how to fight, which I'll just explain quickly while I'm going back through it again.
Hey, you need to lighten up, newbie. You'll be fine. You've got Red's genes, don't you? Not to mention, I'll be by your side. You're sure to become a top-notch rider in no time. Yeah, that's the spirit. Let's get started. Rider rule number 1. Riders form bonds with monsters, and they in turn become our monsties. Which reminds me, you still don't have a monstie, right? Then the first step is to go out and hunt for an egg that'll hatch one. You can use one of my monsties during your
I really
search.
don't know why we don't have a monstie already when, we're supposedly already a rider.
Here is Ronmar. He's a bit wild, but once you get the hang of riding,
Hey, Ronmar.
he won't
Your teeth are
lead you
still
astray.
incredibly sharp and terrifying looking.
You know, newbie, seeing you takes me back to the time when I first rode a monstie. Anyway, enough about me. There's something very important I need to tell you. Monsties are like an extension of our bodies, you know? They take us wherever we want to go. But they're not to be manipulated. They're living creatures. You could even say they're our best friends. You need to care for them, and always remember to show your gratitude. Okay. As long as you understand that, you're set. Here, take this. Your rider's notes. In it, you can find helpful info about monsters and all the rider fundamentals. Try opening the menu to read all of your notes. Now that we've got that settled, it's time to go egg hunting. I can't wait to get started.
Okay, menu system and rider's notes. When you're ready, go meet us outside. Yeah, okay. So, let me really quick. I did this last time. Options, camera. Oh, I think it actually saved from last time. One about, yeah, okay. Okay, sweet. So yeah, basically, we're just gonna go get our first Monty egg. Which, getting the egg was right about where I, realized I wasn't recording, so. Basically, yeah, it's just like, we're friends with monsters and stuff like that. So, this game, I really like, the Laranoth again. I love them. They're so big. But yeah, this game is very much unlike normal Monster Hunter, where you just go around killing everything. It's very, very cute and very, very charming. It kind of really doesn't take itself too seriously a lot of the time, which is something that I super appreciate. It's just a super fun ride to go on, and I'm so excited to get to the rest of it after I get back through this part that I did, which I can do very, very quickly. Monster's Den in Kamuna Forest, yeah. So we're going to a Monster's Den to get a Monstie egg. Monsties are monster besties, because they're our friends. Tell me how to ride. Yep. Okay, and we're gonna go hit an Aptonoth really hard, and then go hit a Velociprey very hard, and then go hit something else very hard. Also outside the den, fighting our way past one, so yeah, this is just gonna tell me how to fight. So basically the fighting in this game is just rock, paper, scissors. There's power attacks, speed attacks, and technical attacks, and I'll skip through their explanation because I already read it. Basically, you just need to guess what type of attack a monster's going to do, and then we'll get to that later. Just choose a power attack. Okay. So if you do the same type of attack, you just hit each other. These are head-to-heads when you're each attacking each other. And it's just essentially a type triangle. So speed beats power, power beats technical, and technical beats speed. And you just kind of have to learn what kind of attacks the monsters do. That line means that it's gonna fight me, and I'm fighting it. So if I use a speed attack on it, Aptonoth use power a lot of the time. And speed beats power, so if I do that, I hit it really good with a speed attack, and I only take a little bit in return, rather than about 50-50, depending on attacks and defenses and stuff. If we both attack with the same type, and it wins against the type that the monster uses, so if we both use speed and it uses power, and we're both attacking it, we do a super attack together. So is that super cool big hit? And yeah, that's the basis for fighting. This game, it's gonna get into it in a after the next battle, which yeah, get Aptonoth parts and stuff. There are different types of damage in this game. There's slashing, piercing, and blunt damage. And that just depends on what type of weapon you're using, and you can actually switch weapons on the fly in this game, which you couldn't do in the last game. So yeah, see through a monster's attack patterns for a path to victory. If your HP is running low, use an herb. Yeah. So that's going to force us up ahead. It's going to tell me to use an herb. It's going to have me use a lot of herbs in this tutorial. So yeah, basically we're going to go in here. There's going to be Velociprey. She's going to give me one more tutorial on the Velociprey. Go to the monster's den, grab herself an egg. Fight off monsters on the way. Oh, yep, I got it. Okay, whetstone. It hasn't even told me how to gather yet, but I grabbed that last time too. Take on some Velociprey next. They're light on their feet and way more aggressive. Let you handle this battle. Okay. So they use speed attacks, so I'll use technical against them. And since they're both attacking me, I can only choose one to fight, so one's just going to get a free hit on me. Since my monster is attacking this one too, I guess I'll go for it and hopefully kill it on the first turn. I actually attacked the other one last time, so I don't know if this is going to work. Also, Kena doesn't take part in this battle for some reason. Yeah, she's going to tell me to use an herb in the middle of battle, even though I'm just going to get hit again. Basically, she just tells me all the stuff I can do. And yeah. They're going to hit each other with speed. Okay, that one's down. And then this could be fine to use tech on it, and I'll be fine. Use tech again. Things are really heating up. How about using some of your kinship gauge charge to unleash skill? So yeah, as you fight and as you win head-to-heads, you get more kinship gauge. See, mine is full right now. It's that little ball at the bottom above my hearts. And that lets me use skills or mount my Monsteed later. So yeah, it's just like I can charge tackle. Gauge. This technical fills one block of the charge gauge. Yeah, so this requires 2 charge gauge, requires 1 block, 1 charge gauge. So yeah, as you use these charge tackles, you actually get charge, and then you can use it on the stronger ones, which I haven't actually been able to do yet. But yeah, I'm gonna hit it with my skill, and I charge tackle. Boom. So the fighting is super similar to the last game. The only differences really are the weapon damage types, the fact that you can switch your weapon in-game, and the fact that you have a battle buddy with you. So you have another Rider and Monsteed set that fights alongside you. Which, as I said this before, when you down a monster, you do critical damage automatically, and nice, trying to get a hang of this. Almost to the den now, keep moving, yeah. Since you do critical damage to monsters that are downed, I'm wondering if monsters in this game have a lot more health, because there's 4 people attacking it. Riding actions. Yeah, so this is basically HMs from Pokemon. Different types of monsters can do different skills just inherently. Velocidrome can jump, and different other monsters can they can dash or climb or swim or dig or fly, stuff like that. It's growing here, so she's teaching me about gathering, which I already did. So yeah, pick up herbs, and yeah, there's just stuff on the map that you can pick up, basically. Yeah, so this next battle up here, I got through it, and that's basically right after that is as far as I got. Grab all this. And here's the monster den. And an old friend, we'll say.
Hold on. Something's here. Keep quiet and stay close, okay? That's a Kuluyaku. But what in the world is it doing? Hmm?
Looks like it's doing what a Kuluyaku usually does, which is chase eggs. And this is very similar to a scene from Monster Hunter Stories 1. And there's a good reason for that. No, Naviru's voice. This was not the voice I imagined for Naviru, and Kena. Didn't hit her as hard as it hit Dan, though. Yeah, so, Naviru's voiced now. Because in the original game, they did the weird Monster Hunter mumbly language that they don't do anymore.
Huh?
I thought I was a goner. I was taking a cat nap when all of a sudden I got attacked.
What exactly are you? You look like a feline, but
He's basically a feline.
somehow different.
With my whip beyond compare and unparalleled flair, you're absolutely right. I'm not like other felines now that you mention it. I'm the legend, the feline hero. That's right, I'm Naviru!
Naviru? I've never heard of any feline hero.
Look out! It's back! Persistent Kulu, Class B! Hey, buddy, you're a rider, right? How about you take care of this bumbling bird?
No way. This kid's still a rookie.
Don't worry. I'll be right here to lend a helping paw. Well, looks like it's time to ride on.
And
Ride!
I love this. Naviru's like, come on, do it with me. Cool pose. I love it. Yeah, so this game is very silly, still.